Welcome, everyone, to this Listening Part 2 Daily Life Conversation Analysis. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you that Listening Part 2 is more focused on CLB 4 to 6. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you need to get this level, then you need to concentrate on Listening Part 2 more than Listening Part 5 or 6. And actually, levels 4, 5, and 6 should concentrate more on part 1, 2, 3, 4 of the listening part, okay? And that's because these parts will be easier to understand and the questions will be easier to answer for these levels, okay? Now, if you need to get CLB 7 or higher, this part should be easy for you. And actually, most students get everything correct from listening part 2 if you're CLB 7 or higher, okay? Still means that you need to practice this part, but it will be easier for you. And that's why it's recommended that students who need CLB 7 or higher, they should focus on part 4, 5, and 6 more than parts 1, 2, and 3, because those will be easier, okay? Also, we have this really excellent tips and strategies video. You can find that video in the Listening Part 2 playlist. And also, there will be a link in the description box to that video, which will give you some more tips that you can use for listening. Tips that you can use towards this part. Strategies that you can use to answer the questions more clearly. So it's a very good video. If you'd like to watch that video, you can find it in the description box or in the playlist, okay? So I'm just here in part 2 of the CELPIP library, and let's get to today's sample job interview. So everyone, we are going to do this analysis together. That's correct. That means that I'm going to give you a chance to listen and answer the questions for yourself. Okay? And then we will analyze together. So make sure that you follow along. Now, everyone, I just want to remind you of our main listening tips for listening. Number 1, listen to full sentences. Lower levels, we have a little bit of a problem listening to full sentences. Many times we just listen for words, or we only listen to words. And listening to only words, it will confuse you, especially in the answers. Okay? So let's listen to full sentences. Also, let's repeat the information. Listen and repeat as much as you can. All right? Again, this is more for lower levels. Lower levels, we have to try to listen and repeat as much information as we can because this will help us answer the questions. Especially, we need to repeat the questions. Okay. And of course, we need to listen for main ideas, of course, and main parts of the context. Okay. That's what we need to do. But for lower levels, the most important is listening to as much information as you can and remembering as much information as you can. And for that, we need to repeat as much as we can. Of course, higher levels, you can take notes. And again, this part should be easier for higher levels. Okay. But those tips are also good for higher levels. Okay. So, again, everyone, first let's listen to the dialogue. And then afterwards, I'm going to play all the questions so you can answer the questions directly. Okay? So, let's get started with the listening.
Listening to a daily life conversation.
Good morning, Tony. Thanks for coming in. I'm Ken Leong, Personnel Manager for the company.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Leong.
So, I have your resume right here, and I understand you're interested in the job of shipping and receiving clerk.
Yes, that's right. I'm applying for the shipping and receiving clerk position.
Okay. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead.
First of all, could you tell me a little about your background? Where are you from? What kind of work have you done?
Well, I was born in Peru and lived there for 18 years. I finished high school there and then I came here with my family. I've been living here for 2 years.
Okay. And are you currently employed?
Sorry?
Are you working now?
Yes, I've been working part-time as a teacher's assistant at an elementary school for about a year. And I'm also going to community college at night. I want to get a degree in accounting.
Oh, that's good. What office machines can you use?
I can use a computer, a fax machine, a scanner, and a copying machine.
Excellent. Those skills will be useful in this job. You'll need to take inventory and order supplies. Now, Tony, can you tell me about some of your strengths?
Excuse me?
Your strengths, your personal qualities. What makes you a good person for this job?
Well, I'm very responsible and reliable. If I have a deadline, I come in early or stay late to finish the job. Also, I get along with everyone. I never have problems working with people. I like everyone and they like me.
That's great. Can you work any shift?
Well, I prefer the day shift because I have classes at night.
Okay, Tony. There's going to be an opening in the day shift soon. I'll get back to you next week sometime.
Thank you, Mr. Leong. I appreciate that. It was nice to meet you.
You too. I'll give you a call.
Okay, then, everyone. Now let's get to the questions, okay? Now let's remember that you will have about 20 seconds between questions. But this audio will play all the questions, okay? So here we go.
Question 1.
What job is Tony applying for?
Question 2.
What does Tony say about his background?
Question 3.
What is Tony currently doing?
Question 4.
What are his personal qualities?
Question 5.
What other tasks will he have at the office?
So then, everyone, let's see how you did. Let's check the questions. So I have here the script over here. Question 1, what job is Tony applying for? Yes, this was like an interview. So what job is he applying for? Let's see. A managerial position, an assistant position, an entry-level job, a supervisor clerk. Let's see here. Let's check the script. Good morning, Tony. Thanks for coming in. I'm Ken Leong, personnel manager for the company. So personnel manager, so he looks after the staff and the workers. Nice to meet you, Mr. Leong. So I have your resume here. And I understand you're interested in the job of shipping and receiving clerk. Yes, that's right. I'm applying for the shipping and receiving clerk. Okay, so shipping and receiving clerk. Okay. So not managerial, right? And not assistant and not supervisor. So that sounds to me like an entry-level job. And an entry-level job is kind of like the low job, like the first level of jobs. First level, then supervisor, then assistant, then manager, like that, okay? What about number 2? What does Tony say about his background? His background, so his history from before, from the past. He's never had a similar job. He's completed some education. He hasn't had much work experience. He has recently arrived in the country. Okay, well, let's see that. First of all, could you tell me a little bit about your background? Here we go. Where are you from? What kind of work have you done? Well, I was born in Peru and lived there for 18 years. I finished high school there and then I came here with my family. I've been living here for 2 years. Okay. Are you currently employed? Sorry. Are you working now? Yes, I've been working part-time as a teacher's assistant at elementary school for about a year, and I'm also going to community college at night. I went to get a degree in accounting. Okay, so well, he didn't say anything about a similar job, okay, or never had one. And he didn't say he doesn't have much work experience. He said he's working right now. And he arrived here how many years ago? 2 years ago. So that's not recently. So the answer should be B. He's completed some education. He said he finished his high school there. Okay. And he's also got, he wants to, he's working as a teacher's assistant, but doesn't say just about his high school. So some education. Okay. Number 3, what is Tony currently doing? Currently, at the moment. Working as a teacher, increasing his education, finishing his high school, taking accounting assistant courses. Well, he's not a teacher because he's a teacher assistant, right? And also, he's finishing his high school. Incorrect because he finished. And not D because he's not taking accounting assistant. He wants to work as an accountant. So he's going to the community college, he said. He's increasing his education. Where is it here? Working as a teacher assistant. I'm also going to the community college at night. I want to get a degree in accounting, not assistant. Okay, number 4, what are his personal qualities? So his personal qualities, what are they? Let's see. So what is some things that he has? He writes deadlines and uses machines. He's polite and understanding. He's outgoing and hardworking. He's easygoing and courteous. Okay. Well, I can tell you that it's not A because we can't write deadlines. We meet deadlines. And uses machine. It's not about personal there, okay? So what about these three? Let's see what he says. Tell me about your strengths. Personal qualities. What makes you a good person for this job? Well, I'm very responsible and reliable. If I have a deadline, I come in early or stay late to finish the job. Also, I get along with everyone. I never have problems with working with people. I like everyone and they like me. So reliable means you finish your work on time, or you're responsible, dependable. You can count on me. So I think it's this one here. So we didn't hear about understanding. We did hear a little bit about polite, that everyone likes him, but he didn't really say he's polite, okay? Outgoing and hardworking, easygoing, and courteous. Courteous is the same as polite. Easygoing, relaxing. So he didn't really say he is courteous or easygoing. He said more that he's outgoing, means he likes everyone and everyone likes him. And he's also said he's hardworking because he will finish the job on time. Okay? That's what it means here. It says, I come in early or stay late to do the job. Okay? 5, what other tasks will he have at the office? So what else will he do at the office? He'll be scanning and typing. He'll be doing labor work. He'll be manufacturing tasks. He'll be doing office-related work. Didn't know if it's that one. Well, let's see here. That's great. Can you work any shift? Well, I prefer the day shift because I have classes at night. Okay, Tony. There's going to be an opening in the day shift. I'll get back to you next week sometime. Okay. I can use a computer, a fax machine, a scanner, and a copying machine. Excellent. Those skills will be useful in this job. You'll need to take inventory and order supplies. Now, Tony, so right over here, take inventory and order supplies. Okay. Now, labor work, it's doing something with your hands. And they didn't say labor work exactly, okay? Not manufacturing either. That's similar to labor. Now, also, I don't think I heard scanning, or I heard something about typing. Oh, can you use a scanner or copying? So just use the machine. So then the answer is D. Office related work. Okay. That one is the jobs he said, okay, that they will have to do, which is inventory and supplies. So then, everyone, how did we do? Did we get 5 from 5? Okay, well, if you didn't get 5 from 5, don't worry. You can get it next time. Let's remember, everyone, practice tips. First thing, it's very important to review the answers. Why is the answer and the other answer not the answer? Very good. Just like we did in our practice, okay? And for that, everyone, I will be leaving a link in the description box so you can redo practice test 1, or also you can do test practice 2, which is the same listening. You can listen to it again, and then you'll have some new questions, okay? New questions and answers for you to review. So that's a really great practice for you, okay? And then also, don't forget about vocabulary practice. This is very important for improving your vocabulary knowledge. These are some of the words we listen to in that listening, which are very important. A degree, a university diploma, right? A deadline, time when you need to finish something. Very good words. And then you have to complete the exercise, the sentences, by writing a word from the list. Great exercise, everyone. Great exercise. And the comprehension building. Okay, listen to the sentence.
I'm Ken Leong, personnel manager for the company.
Then you have to choose which one means the same as what you hear. Very good exercise to build your comprehension. And following dialogue. We listen, we follow the dialogue, and we put in a word that we hear while we listen. Excellent exercise to practice. Okay, everyone? All right. Also, everyone, let's not forget about CELPIP Library, okay? CELPIP Library has over 50 examples of listening part 2. Current CELPIP exams, past CELPIP exams, and past CELPIP material, which will all help you in improving your listening skills in general, specifically for listening part 2. So I strongly recommend that you subscribe to CELPIP Library. And now, with CELPIP code, CELPIP 79, again, that's discount code, CELPIP 79, you can get a 3-month subscription for only $10.99. So everyone, I strongly recommend that you subscribe to CELPIP Library. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.